guys, gulat ako lang sa iyo. Binigay mo, huwag pakukuluin. So, inano ko lang dito sa garlic, konting garlic oil lang. Yan, ito na siguro yan.
Okay, so I'm in my basement. This
Here
is
my
my
garage.
basement. And today's plan is to set up the studio in a different way. I'm at home still, and I woke up late. I was very tired. I don't think I've been getting too much sleep the last couple days, but I forgot I had this computer right here. And it's my first PC ever. First built PC that I bought off my friend, and then instantly, as I bought it from him, every part broke, so I had to buy everything again. But yeah, the studio, I'm going to change up some things that will be better for overhead shots and and for art and other things as well. So also, I'm just kind of bored of it. You know, it's going to make me happy. It's kind of a day yesterday, so planning to do that. All right. This place is a mess. One of the days I'll probably clean this place up as a video, but I wonder if this still works. I don't know. I don't have much time. I should be heading to the studio. Most of the stuff I kind of want to bring. I'm not sure. I do want to take this shelf. I had no idea that this wasn't actually screwed on. Makes it a lot easier. All right, this is all the stuff I'm gonna bring. So yeah, this might take a while to get to bring everything up, but done. Time to head to the studio. You know, this is really awkward. This is relatively secluded. And there's a guy with a lightsaber right there. Kind of dope. Okay. Whoa. All right. It's almost 7 o'clock, so we gotta get going. I don't know what I'm like doing exactly, but should be good. Okay, so this setup and one over there, I'm switching because there's more light here or more light there, and I feel like it'd be better for top-down stuff. I'm trying to make it more efficient for like the vlog and other things, but in the meantime, I'm also gonna do a commission. Should be pretty quick, so hey, some art. Let's get into it. Boom. So this commission was done through my Ko-fi account. You can check out my commission list there, but I also do other ones outside of that. That's just like the standard stuff. It's a chibi version of a character from Demon Slayer, which is a dope show, which I do want to talk about at some point. But there were a couple references that they provided, so I just used those and
just copy the pose because it's a one-off. Also, man, use references. Everybody who's like, oh no, you're not a real artist if you don't use references. All right, every artist use references. All the really good artists use references. The ones that don't use references they've been using references for so long that they don't need to use references anymore. So use references, all right? How the hell are you gonna make anything that you've never seen before? How? Tell me, because I'd like to know. Anyways, I'm using the standard circle round brush. That's it, with pressure sensitivity on, and that's about it. Oh wait, actually, the most important parts, obviously, the tablet I'm using, and even more so, the color I'm using. That determines how good a sketch is. I don't know if you guys knew that, but the equipment you're using and the color defines everything, and you'll instantly be good. And I'm not gonna tell you guys because I gotta keep some secrets to myself. You know, figure it out yourself. All right.
Sketch is done. Pretty quick. That probably took like 5-ish, 10-ish minutes. But we're gonna move it over to Illustrator.
All right, I use Adobe Illustrator for the flats, at least for these pieces. Sometimes I use Photoshop for other pieces, but for this one I do. I have a set color palette that I've kind of developed over the years through very rigorous chemical testing in the lab, testing with traditional paints first, and then using some high-end equipment in order to transfer those exact color pigments to the digital space to a T, all right? And every other alphabet letter too. If you've ever worked in vector, then you know that you have to use the pen tool. It's key. I use the pen tool for all the flats, so it's usually mouse and keyboard because the tablet isn't really great at picking up really precise pen points. At least mine isn't, so it's easier for me with the mouse and keyboard. I have things hotkeyed to the left side. I've changed my hotkeys around so that it's much more efficient for me to work through because, you know, big brain. I might go in depth another time with purely how I go about my process art piece, but for this, just keeping in mind the different layers for each part. It's the same thing how you would flat in a bitmap program. If you don't know what vector is, Google's a thing, or other videos that are probably better explained. But for me, if you want my perfect expert explanation on it, it makes things look really clean. And then if you make it really big, it still looks really clean. And when you make it really small, it still looks really clean.
Flats are done. It is 7:41, I guess. Should be done by 8:30-ish. So let's get that done.
So for some of the flats, I also use a couple gradients because the character, I use the pencil tool, which is essentially the same thing as the pen tool, except more free flowing. Yeah, then I use a bunch of transparencies to render and stuff. And that's why it has this kind of, some people say like a watercolor-esque feel. It's not, definitely it's not, but it does get that kind of approach because of the transparencies. And that's about it. You know, there's not much to say, just a lot of clicking and a lot of pushing buttons and stuff like that. Honestly, by this part of the piece, it's all kind of mechanical. Like, the most interesting part is usually the sketch because you can decide on composition and where to put things. But the rendering process itself can be, at least in Illustrator and the way I do this part, it's pretty mechanical. So it feels kind of mindless for the most part until I start losing my mind. And so then I guess it really is mindless at that point. Because I only know like 4 things in Illustrator and then that's it. I refuse to learn anything more because I'm lazy. I'm lazy and it's gonna bite me in the ass sooner or later, but you know, I've gotten this far at faking that I'm a decent artist. In total, this piece took about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Sketch was about 10 minutes, maybe. The flats took maybe 20 to 25 minutes. And then for the rest of the rendering process, it's about 30 to 40 minutes.
All right. Yeah, all done. Camera fell, so that's cool. All done. So it's 8:32. Boom. Cool. get another probably work, export that, print it out.